All right, so I just finished In Your Love by Tyler Childers. I just listened through it again. And, it's a good song. It's a good song. It's like I said, it's a love ballad, right? It's got some, it's not my favorite work by Childers, but it's because I like a different energy that Childers has in some of his other songs, right? It's just, I go to Childers for a different type of art. And I think that's the most important thing about the public conversation that's happening right now that perhaps some people are not taking into consideration. It's a work of art, so number one, it's up for interpretation, right? It's up for interpretation as far as the listener is concerned, how you interpret the song. It's up to Childers' staff, and don't be confused about it. Inevitably, there is a large workforce behind the enterprise that is Tyler Childers. Whether he wants it or not, he signed a contract, and with that contract comes a lot of other people involved in his artwork. And now I haven't researched this, and I'm sure this information is readily available, but maybe Childers had a lot of influence in the music video for the song In Your Love. Maybe he didn't. It would stand to reason that it's likely he did. It's his art, right? So inevitably he had some input, if not wholeheartedly, in the story behind the music video. And maybe it is what it is. Maybe the song really was written about two men that loved each other in the cold country. That's what I understand the story to be. Quite frankly, I haven't even looked into it. I don't really care about the drama, because that's it. At the end of the day, it's somebody else's artwork, not yours. So the artist can do whatever he wants to with that song. It's up to him. This whole career that is Tyler Childers is Childers' career. He has every right to do whatever he wants to. But just taking a step back and looking at the bigger picture, I think it's important. One of my main goals with this channel is to encourage and to host an open dialogue about issues. I'd rather just talk about the music, right? Like, that's what I want to do here, but it's before I can even get this first episode out, it's becoming increasingly obvious that we just need to talk about some things. The conversation's coming to me. I didn't write all those comments, other people did. I wasn't even interested in having this conversation. I didn't even know this type of drama existed. But here we are. And so, to go back to my point about being objective, I can understand somebody's perspective that does not want sexuality shoved down their family's throat. Okay? I can understand the argument that is, I'm going to speak from somebody else's hypothetical point. Okay? I love Childers. I love my family. I love my family, and I want to instill a high standard of morality, per my standard, whether that be based on my religious views, my family's religious views, our moral views, whatever it may be. I want to preserve my child's innocence for as long as I can, because you and I, we both live in this world. We both know what's on the internet. We both know what other kids are talking about. My child's going to be exposed to all of this regardless. I want to give my child as much time as I can to just be a child, to not be, concerned with some of these more adult topics that we discuss. I can understand that perspective. With that said, though, it is Childers' artwork. It is Childers' enterprise and their artwork when it comes down to the song content, the music video content, all of that is a work of art. Okay? If you don't like the content that is within the work of art, it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. You just don't enjoy that piece of art. I understand your concerns about, maintaining your level of morale. But I think it's your responsibility to govern that, because the content of this song is very important to somebody. The content of this song is likely very important to the artist that created the song, right? So it serves a very important purpose, and that purpose might not serve you. So I encourage you, if you do have concerns with the homosexual content of the song, I encourage you to keep an open mind about the rest of his discography, right? Childers is an incredible artist, and I hope, despite if you do take issue with, the content of this artwork, I hope that you're at least able to explore and appreciate all of the work that Childers has done. This is his life, right? Like, that's the thing that I think so many people forget, is like, we are all going through this human experience. Childers has some of the similar thoughts, feelings, problems that you have. He's got retirement goals, more than likely. He's got concerns about loved ones, more than likely. Like, Childers, in some capacity, is living a similar life to you. Who knows how much that capacity actually is, but my point is, it's like, we're all going through a human experience. You got to give people space, right? Like, Childers, I assume, heard this story about a couple that, despite, discrimination, despite whatever the situation may be, because he references war, right? If you grew up in the country like I did, you recognize, that there has been a bit of what's the word I'm looking for besides discrimination? That's sufficient enough. There's been quite a bit of discrimination towards the homosexual community in the country, right? Not to say it hasn't been everywhere, but I'm speaking from my perspective, right? Childers is a country artist, so that's why I've done all that together. There has been quite a bit of an understanding that we as heterosexuals may have needed to have, right? Like, it might not be something that you or I understand as, heterosexual people, but it doesn't mean that we in any capacity have any kind of right to, meddle in anybody else's relationship regardless. So, there's a purpose behind the song. Inevitably, a couple had a very tough go of it, especially historically speaking. We know that there's been quite a tough road for the homosexual community. And so it's easy to understand why there would be such meaning behind the song. And we as humans, regardless of our own sexual orientation, have to be understanding. I encourage you to do so, at least, regardless of your own moral standing, right? Additionally, because this is a piece of art, you need to remember that this is up to your interpretation, right? You don't have to watch the music video. You can still enjoy the song. The content is about a couple being in love, right? And working through the realities of, being in love and the challenges therein, right? Like, it is a beautiful song. It's a ballad. I'm not a big ballad guy, but the instrumentation of the song is great. So I just want to encourage you as the listener to decouple yourself from the drama. Decouple yourself from that. Okay, that's enough of me being on the soapbox right now. Let's get back into some of the music, and I will see you on the other side of this next song, in which we will get into other, perhaps wider things.